In Indian tradition, it is customary to begin any venture, be it a personal journey, a creative endeavor, a business, or even the narration of a story, by invoking the blessings of Lord Ganapathy, Ganesha. This is not just a ritual, it carries deep philosophical and symbolic meaning. Ganesha is known as the remover of obstacles, Vignaharta, the Lord of beginnings, and the symbol of wisdom, intelligence, and auspiciousness. His presence is believed to ensure that any task undertaken will proceed smoothly with success and prosperity. Whether in stories or in spiritual practices, Ganesha emerges as a universal icon of clarity, focus, and inner strength. His large elephant head represents deep thinking and wisdom. His small eyes symbolize concentration, and his large ears reflect the importance of listening and learning. His broken tusk reminds us of sacrifice and dedication. The symbolism of Ganesha teaches us important life lessons, like staying grounded. His large belly symbolizes tolerance, being open-minded, and embracing both joy and discipline. Long ago, in the sacred and snow-covered peaks of Mount Kailash, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati lived with their two divine sons, Muruga, the bold and spirited warrior, and Ganesha, the wise and gentle soul with an elephant's head and a big heart. One peaceful day, Lord Shiva decided to test his son's understanding and devotion. In his hand, he held a glowing, divine fruit. No ordinary fruit, but one that held the gift of wisdom, power, and immortality. He turned to Muruga and Ganesha and said, "This fruit can be given to only one of you. To earn it, you must prove your worth. The challenge is this: go around the world once, and whoever returns first will win the fruit." Muruga, ever eager to take on a challenge, immediately rose to his feet. "I will win this," he declared proudly. With confidence in his heart and fire in his spirit, he climbed atop his beautiful peacock, his divine Vahana, and took off into the sky. He flew over rivers, mountains, forests, and lands, circling the earth with great speed and determination. Ganesha, on the other hand, stood still. He looked at his parents, smiled softly, and said nothing. He had no fast vehicle, only his tiny mouse. But what he did have was deep wisdom. Quietly, with reverence in his eyes, Ganesha folded his hands before his parents. He began to walk slowly and with devotion around Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati. One round, then two, then three. When he finished, he looked up and said, "You, my mother and father, are the beginning and the end of all creation. The whole universe is contained within you. For me, circling you is the same as circling the entire world." Shiva and Parvati were deeply touched. They smiled, filled with pride, and offered the divine fruit to Ganesha. "You have truly understood the essence of the world," they said. "You are the winner." Just then, Muruga returned, tired but proud, thinking he had won. But when he saw the fruit in Ganesha's hand, confusion swept over him. He asked, "Why?" "I traveled across the earth, faced storms and mountains. I took the journey. Yet he stayed here and won?" Shiva gently explained, "Muruga, you flew around the world outside, but Ganesha saw the world within. True knowledge lies not only in action, but in understanding." Muruga felt betrayed, hurt, and misunderstood. His heart filled with sorrow and pride. Though his parents tried to console him, he could not accept it. With pain in his heart, he said nothing more, turned away, and left Kailash. He traveled south and found peace in the quiet hills of Palani. There he chose to live, away from the divine palace, reflecting on his journey, his feelings, and the lesson he had yet to fully embrace. The story of Ganapathy and the Mahabharata. Long ago, the great sage Vyasa wanted to write the Mahabharata, one of the biggest and most important stories ever told in India. But the story was so long and deep, he needed someone very wise and fast to write it down as he spoke. So Vyasa prayed to Lord Brahma, who told him to ask Lord Ganesha, Ganapathy, for help. Vyasa went to Ganesha and said, "Will you write the Mahabharata for me as I speak?" Ganapathy agreed, but gave one condition. "I will write only if you speak without stopping. If you pause, I will stop writing and go away." Vyasa agreed, but he gave his own clever condition. "You must understand every line I say before you write it." Ganapathy smiled and accepted. So they began. Vyasa would tell the story slowly, adding deep meanings and tough words so Ganesha would take time to think. This gave Vyasa short breaks to rest and plan the next part. In this way, Ganapathy wrote the entire Mahabharata, which is over 100,000 verses long, the longest epic poem in the world. By understanding Ganesha's stories and their deeper meanings, we not only honor tradition, but also gain insights that are practically helpful in our personal growth, decision-making, and creative journeys. Thus, invoking Ganapathy is not just for ritual's sake. It is a reminder to approach every beginning with awareness, humility, and strength. If you find this video helpful, like, share, and subscribe. Goodbye for now.